Alrighty, howdy ho folks. Multiversal Medium here for another episode of Dread Delusion. Last time we left off, I believe we were just exploring around the Isle of the Endless. Doing odds and ends, feeding dragons, you know how it is. Usual high fantasy nonsense. Good. This episode, well, I feel like there was a few places we missed over on this side. Something floating island somewhere. Yeah, that. And I guess we're gonna keep exploring, probably hit up a mine or two. To see how things play out. Ooh. Those things are so majestic. I'm so glad I got to see one up close. Oh hey, a mine. I guess this is working out better already. Yeah, text is just messing up. I feel bad pointing that out, because honestly, it doesn't bug me. Textures messing up is not much of an issue, especially with like a game like this. It's very low texture in general, so it's not like it's taking away anything. It's just how these kind of like textures stretch and shrink. It's whatevs. At the end of the day. Does this go up anywhere? Or does it just like circle back to... Excuse me, man. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Is that what's happening? It's like, why am I running out of mana again? There we go. Actually, nah. Perfume's nice. Lockbug. Turn on the perfume. Yeah. When it's not just a glowing pink sky, I just kind of forget that that wonderful little worm is attached to me. Alrighty, yeah, I think that just a whole lot of nothing right there. Circling back to the cadaver castle and all that. Yeah, let's check out this wondrous MacGuffin. Something or other. We're gonna need yeah, we're probably gonna need a pass, aren't we? It's such a weird spot that it feels wrong to need a pass for this. Knock that out. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah. Wait, do I have a passport? Endless furnishings. Union. Academy recommendation. Why does this have... Can you get multiple Academy recommendations? Because everything else that you only get like one of, it doesn't have the little number next to it. That's... You know, whatever. Thornwood. No, I don't have... one of those. Okay, I was wondering what he was gonna say. Okay. Let me take a look-see. I think this is just like over Pwyll. Yeah, it's... Yeah, that's a tower we weren't able to enter at the start of the game right there and top of it, so... Just like a shortcut? Honestly, don't know. But gosh, am I curious. How much money are we sitting at? 400? Yeah, I suppose we could go buy a couple. I know we're gonna need one to get into the, what is it? Clockwork Kingdom. So, may as well buy a few. Honestly, I don't know if there's enough bridges to use them all up. If there's legit like a bridge for every pass you can get, sure, whatever. That's fine. Oh, right, it's midday. They're not gonna be open. Oh. Let's take the old portamajig and pour ourselves somewhere else. Get this going. Hecky to the, Love fast travel. Honestly, I love fast travel that's, Bella's gunshot. Huh. I love fast travel that fits lore-wise. Bloodborne looking mofo. Because, like, yeah, I know how convenient it is to just, like... Ah, yeah, multi-face states, forgot about them. It is to just be able to go anywhere and everywhere. Oh, hold up. I got to make sure. Yeah, I got that on. Hey. Look at your wares. Oh. First tangle of cheap silver wire. Ba-da-ba-ba. Enticed. So this is useful for a charm build. We're using that entice spell a lot. I really want to just do that. I think I might do a different playthrough at a different point where I'm just going full pacifist if I can. And yeah, this seems useful for it. But yeah, let's grab one of these. Once we grabbed one of those... Ooh, we saved 28 coins. What a bargain. Guess we'll go through here. Head on back to the endless that was in Pwyll with their fake apostatic union passport. See about using that. Hey, what's up? See what you got for sale. Apostatic union passport. Lockpicks. Truth potion. Hey. Let's see here. Do those just like stack even though one's fake? Yes, they do. Good stuff. Means coding wise, they are indistinguishable. And to be fair, I think considering how illegal it is to use a fake passport, I don't think they'd really let your character get caught using a fake one, because that would basically just be an execution right there. Scoozy. Yeah, so, not super surprising. It's just like, yeah, it works. Oh, let's see here. Endless. Like, honestly, it's surprising. Well, it's not surprising an Endless is able to, like, forge those documents. Because we already know some Endless are just really good at whatever the heck they're doing. We have Penitent Thaw or whatever. That's just rocking magic like a mofo. But, like, somebody knowing how to really forge stuff, and they've been doing it for centuries compared to how young the apostatic union is. But I just find it hilarious that this person that's perfectly able to get past all of the apostatic unions, like, checks and bureaucratic nonsense with their forging ability is just in a backwater place like Pwyll. Like, yeah, they're just like chilling over there. Like, they could be making mad bucks depending on where they're set up. Awesome. And they're just like, nah, man. Scratch rooms. Alright. One lifetime crossing of a bridge coming right up. Yeah, let's see here. Ooh, we got a sign. Attention, roaming island. The Apostatic Union Geological Society has classified this a roaming island, as it has been known to drift erratically. In other words, it might not be here forever. Oh. How erratic is the movement of this one if they put that up? Because all of these islands are moving around. Heck, I think the Clockwork Kingdom and the Endless Realm were not always connected to Hallowshire. So that's hecka interesting. Obscenely so, actually. This island just moves around oh so much. Okay, got a bunch of skelly boys. Skelly boys. Scoozy, scoozy. See here. Scoozy. Ocean. Scoozy. Scoozy. Excusez-moi. Alrighty. Oh. I'm trying to remember, because, like, as I'm recording this, I'd already edited last episode. Ooh. Murder Silk Slug. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Death Spell. Nice. I really need to start making potions with those. But as I'm recording this, I already finished editing last episode, rendering and all that. And I'm trying to remember because I swear there was somewhere something. Ooh, delusion. Okay, yeah, officially worth it coming over here. That was like, I really need to just kind of, I don't know, look at a lot more things with that leech going. Try and see if there's some hidden stuff going on. And I, for the life of me, cannot remember. Summon skeleton. Oh, finally. Totes worth it. Summons a skeletal minion to protect the caster. The spell is one of the most elaborate known to the Union. The bones are controlled by a complex array of cipher logic. It is unknown from where the skeletons are summoned. Some bear the tattered attire of civilizations lost long ago. At least that's what I'm assuming it's saying underneath the accept button. Awesome, man. Awesome. Been wondering about that spell for a minute. Because it's been constantly referenced. Like, heck, I think we even have, like, something we picked up that might actually help skeletons. Lockbug. Oh, wait. Hold up. Gotta put on my lockpicking hat. Oh. Let's just see here. Bunch of skelly boys. Bunch of boxes. Here we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Somebody just had a weird undead torture chamber over here, and why am I not surprised? That's about right for everywhere else in the universe. Bokeh. Bokeh. And, bokeh. Yep, and over here is just outside Pwyll. That's the first cartographer. There's an elevator over there that goes up to, city proper. Good stuff. I really like this game's design when it comes to, just layouts of everything. It is super Dark Soulsy, and I think I mentioned that. What was it? Probably like second or third episode. Because like I noticed it with just how the elevator from Pwyll went all the way underneath to the area you're exploring below. And yeah, it's just super Dark Soulsy, where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of ways to backtrack, but it feels natural to do so. None of these areas we're exploring are just like, yeah, and that's just all the way in that direction kind of thing. Everything feels like a weird natural overgrowth of stuff that's there, which is hard to do when you're designing maps. Heck, this is the exact opposite of something I pointed out in Harvestella, where it's just like, I'm exploring that game and I'm just like, yeah, this portion of the map just feels unnatural. Everything in this game, like, although super low poly. Feels kind of natural for the setting. I'm never questioning, like, and why is that there? That makes 0 sense to be there. It's just never happening. Which, yeah, awesome. Okay. What was it that I wanted to just, like, look around with, my wondrous true eye skills? Huh. Honestly, with how many pots I have, I could walk around a good deal with it. Just not specifically necessary right now. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, what else? What else? What else? Let's make our way over to the mine and just call that kind of sort of good as a thing to do today. Is that the ruined city and then the Iberian ruins right there? Or is that like the Clockwork Kingdom we're seeing? That is a weird looking tower right there. I also love that as well. Like, I am able to just look in any distance and be like, yeah, and that's that, huh? Oh, wow. I think this is probably the first game I'm able to do that. Heck. I mean, Skyrim, one of the selling aspects of the game when you first, when it's first being sold. Oh, that's a very tight clef right there, huh? But one of its selling aspects, when it was first coming out was, you see that mountain? You can climb it. Which is weird because that's how Elder Scrolls has kind of always been. Just very free and open on how you're exploring. Been that way for a minute. Heck, Daggerfall has a climb skill. Morrowind has levitate. Is it right here? No, there it is. Okay. And like, yeah, you can go up mountains. That's whatever. I think the closest thing you get to a moment in the earlier games where you can't do that is the Ghost Gate in Morrowind, which you just need to go through. And there's a lore reason for it being there. So it's just a weird marketing ploy. But that being said, I think this is the first game where I'm just exploring and be like, yeah, and it naturally connects to there. Whoa. Wow. Kind of thing. Because, I feel like I've mentioned this game's graphics like 3 times now. I don't know why it keeps coming up this episode. But, since this game's graphics are so low poly, the draw distance that you're able to do with it is just astounding. At least on, modern hardware and compared to a lot, and I mean a lot, of open world RPG games. Oh, what do we got going on? Looks like a whole lot of nothing, but it also looks like a spot I'd get stuck in if I walked in there. Like, you know, stuck behind a little crystalline undead dude that likes to yell. Oh, that was it. I wanted to look at the cadaver castle or whatever. That open window up top. I was curious if, like, I had the Eye of Truth nonsense. If there's actually something I could, like, jump to or land on. Well, hopefully me saying it out loud will help remember after we're done with the mine. Anyways, yeah, it's got great draw distance, and they're using it properly. For those of you that don't know draw distance terminology, whatever, I guess I'll mention it. Basically, the first Silent Hill, and what became super well known for Silent Hill with all that fog, is because the game can't handle draw distances, which means things beyond a certain point if it was loaded into the game as you're playing it, would slow down or crash the game. It's just too much being made all at once for the system at the time. So they got around it by constantly overly layering fog everywhere. And it added a great ambient setting and a great deal of the creep factor. Okay, it looks like we got a backtrack point right there. Oh, you Endless really love your teleporting mirrors and all that. I love this one bit right here. Oh my gosh. There's a mine, we're going through it, and yeah, since it's in the Endless Realm, there's a bunch of coffins and sarcophagi, and they just dug around them. Kinda love that. Yeah, that's in a lot of spots on the walls. Okay, cool. That's a nice bit of just, they didn't need to do that. I was expecting a similar cave system to the one we had in Hallowshire. It's like, no, they put thought into designing this area. That's nice. A lot of devs will just kind of copy paste textures and expectations for how they design an area. Anyways, finish this story before talking to her. Maybe explore over here. But basically, oh, that's a big door. Draw distance is something that's necessary for games to run well. But as systems kind of evolved over the years, arguably you could play all of the first Silent Hill without fog now on almost any system. Ooh, can I? Yeah, okay. I keep forgetting I have a sneak button. But that would kind of ruin the entirety of Silent Hill because it was built around that. Because they used something that was limiting as a way to enhance the game. And that happened a lot during that era. And it's just not used often anymore. I'll talk about that more a bit after talking to her. This is a her, yes. It's always 50-50 when I talk to one of these Endless. This is a sacred place. You shouldn't be here. My siblings will kill you. You better leave. She knows what you are and what you intend to do here. What do you suspect I'll do? What happened to these mines? Who are you? I feel like if I ask who she is, she's gonna have a mental break, so, what do you suspect I'll do? We do not suspect. We simply know. Our mistress reveals the truth with absolute perfection. You'd better leave. She knows what you are and what you intend to do here. What happened to these mines? Actually, since that's red and that's red, I'm gonna go with who are you? Who am I? I'm afraid I don't understand your line of reasoning. What happened to these mines? Mines? Have you been blinded by a dark curse? These are not mines. They are more akin to the inside of a fertile egg. This thing started to seem a lot like a Divinity 2. Who is your mistress? My mistress is the one who will save this accursed region. She will heal us with the weight we've carried so long. You'd better leave. Okay. At least I was able to deal with all the dialogue. Curious what the heck's going on there. But obviously we'll find out in a minute. Anyways, as I was saying, video games back in the day had to use limiting aspects as a means to... Ooh, got a 6 right off the bat. Good stuff. In unique ways. It's supposed to be an Orphan? Okay. Simply because they just had to work around them. And really smart and good devs. Sorry. My cat's losing his crap because of course I'm recording, which means he's going to lose his crap. And I'm pretty certain it's not going to be picked up on the mic, so we're just going to keep going. If it is, you hear a kitty playing in the background, and I guess that's not a bad thing for you guys. Anyways. The really smart and unique devs always used it in unique ways. Because a limiting factor can just, oh, glorious silk, honestly be built around and enhance and deal with gameplay as a whole. Something has changed. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's maybe that door in the other hallway, probably. It's gonna be my guess. Yeah, it's gonna be my guess. Anyways. This open? Yeah, it is. So you have things like Silent Hill where obviously they couldn't get the game running properly on the hardware. So they use the limiting of the draw distance to completely change the ambience of the game as a whole, and it's way better because of it. Honestly, Silent Hill, the first one, is not that great of a game when it comes to just gameplay aspects. But it's also, most survival horrors aren't. It's about getting that perfect, like, atmosphere and everything going. Which Silent Hill, because they were overly hopeful for how large they could make the maps and stuff. Oh, this dude is just... You are on lockdown. Gosh dang. Like full crystalline. Oh. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pop on High Truth. Just in case. Ooh, that's a lot of crystals. It's a lot of crystals. Okay. But, yeah, they were able to really thrive because they used fog as well as other aspects to their writing. Like entirely basing the map off Kindergarten Cop. Just hilarious. I really find that funny anytime you, like, compare Silent Hill's map design and stuff to that movie. Gosh. But there are other games that did similar things that just arguably they built around the constraining aspects of the hardware. One in an opposite direction, because I honestly hate this game. It almost made me quit gaming. But also did this, and I'm pretty certain I mentioned on the channel, is Donkey Kong 64. That game can't run well on the N64. It's just too much happening. And Nintendo, Rare, had to sell the game at a loss because the game legit would not run without an N64 expansion pack plugged in. So they had to sell it with the expansion pack, which they decided to do because they already promised the game was coming out. But the game runs so poorly that they designed the entirety of the game around lag. Like, quite literally every aspect of the game is designed with the fact that it was going to lag to, like, a quarter of its actual speed in mind. What you got going on? Astounding. Everything is being made clear now. How marvelous. I can see it. She stands in awe of the visions before her. What do you see? A body, amalgamate, abstract, geometry, and structure. Perfect in its form, steeped in a sorrow beyond compare. The true form of the divine, the great continuum of all that is. Who are you? I was once a child, many children. We committed evils beyond redemption. But these are all her memories now. 1,000 perspectives, refracted through her. We remember being devoured, remember dying, but we also remember devouring. That's what's really inside these crystals, you know? Old wounds. But she is merciful, showing the truth even to a wretch like me. Is she a god, or what does she want? What does she want? She pauses, as if listening for an answer. It isn't so simple. There's so many of her. She wants to save us from our cruel fate. We endless are all caught in this great misery, toiling away in a place without gods, eternal mourning on an island of graves. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way of describing the endless. The tragedy of the Crusades hangs over this island like a grand condemnation. But there's something else. It's difficult to explain. She wants to heal, too. More than that, she wants to escape. There's rage there, almost like a cornered animal or a man in a cage. But she is merciful, showing the truth even to a wretch like me. Is she a god? One day she will be. Soon, perhaps. But she is merciful, showing the truth, yeah. Great, we got 2 proto-frickin' gods. Just low-key growing and becoming in the endless realm. Like, seriously, guys? Come on. What about a bunch of undead that are just kind of doing their own thing on an island? Just kind of breeds proto-divinity. Like, seriously, man. Okay. Up. Up. There we go. And pop back over. Sorry that I keep changing my equips and all that. I just need to be ready for any charming situation. After all, I have such a dapper hat. Anyways, as I was talking about, like, as I've probably mentioned multiple times, Donkey Kong 64 was designed with lag in mind. And that's just how designing games back in the day kind of used to be. Ooh, that's a good bit of a bad apostatic union. Visitors. Huh. Is there a dude behind me? Hashtag rude. Hashtag rude. Anyways. As I was saying, like, older games and devs just kind of had to do that. It's how they got a game out, basically. If they didn't do that, they possibly would not be able to finish anything close to their... Ooh, got a delusion right there, nice. Vision at the end of the day. Ooh, can we just... Okay. Have we been to this room down here? That door's closed. Is the area we... Is that the crystal area we entered? Possibly. We may have circled back to the larger antechamber and all that. Hot drop and lock it. Alrighty. Ooh. Oh, can't go through there yet. But it's fascinating when you tend to look at older games and look at defining characteristics and aspects of that gameplay and realize this wasn't made because they were like, yeah, this is a really good way of making this game. It was designed this way because they had constraints. Okay, I'm going to have to be right back. My cat just almost tore up my entire setup. So, BRB, while I probably deal with that and cut out all the cords being mashed up on mic. I swear, any day I'm sitting down to record, he's like, no, zoomies. Zoomy noomies. Like, seriously. Every single time I record. It's adorable, but kind of annoying. What's up, guys? What's up? Like, not for nothing, but I don't exactly like fighting. Ooh, Emberian ore. Really nice. And I think we're at the end of that. Okay. Excuse. But another game that has that same like constraints in a way you didn't notice probably when you were playing the game is Zelda Ocarina of Time. Zelda Ocarina of Time has a lot of jumps in the game. A lot of areas you need to leap across, so on and so forth. Well, because of the controller setup, amongst other things, Ocarina of Time is designed where if you run in a direction off a ledge, you'll just jump. And I think there was another aspect of Ocarina of Time that was just like kind of due to constraints besides the jumping aspect of it. Oh yeah, I think it's the targeting lock-on system. Because like, obviously moving a game like Zelda, which is known for having to kill large amounts of enemies in a room just to progress half the time. Like, I swear over half the puzzles in that game series is just, and destroy enemies in the room. Basically, they had to take into account, well, now these enemies are in a 3D space, how exactly are we going to have players, you know, deal with it? And once more, the N64 controller doesn't exactly have a second joystick to move the camera. Whereas the C buttons, something that usually in that scenario would be used to move the camera, are being used for items, basically. They can't use that for the camera either, which just led to the lock-on system and how it works. And I think that low-key ended up with the development of Navi, the helpful fairy, and the overarching trend of a character like that within Zelda games. So yes, the part of the game a lot of people make fun of as to why it's so annoying and everything is literally a holdover for trying to figure out how the game could work on this hardware. And they were just inventive. The entire time you think of, hey, listen, memes and stuff like that, it's because Nintendo was just trying to be super intelligent in their game design. Which is astounding, honestly. What you got going on, man? He awakens from a state of meditative prayer. May ye be blessed. Who are you? I'm a midwife of our new god. The sculptor has entrusted me, guardian of the hymnal chamber. May ye be blessed. Tell me about the hymnal chamber. The hymnal chamber lies through this gate. It is a place of sacred ritual. By our faith, her dreams become possible, and by her dream, all dreams. May ye be blessed. I'm here to show my devote. No, wait, hold up. I told you, I gotta be wearing my good hat. Oh. Put on some perfume. So, here to show my devotion. Success. With a difficulty of 40. He looks at you and closes his eyes. After a long pause, he nods his head in acceptance. He silently unlocks the gate to the hymnal chamber. May ye be blessed. You know what's freaking hilarious? Considering these dudes are hooked up to a hive mind, I wasn't persuading him. I was persuading the one that controls him. Anyways, I think we're going to double back real quick, because that seems like the end point of this area. And I don't think I've explored the entirety of it. Have I? Actually, yeah, that's the area where I got the delusion. There's nothing over there. Over here, we got some up top. After we crawl through the waterway. I think down there was one of those gates that we just unlocked with that dude. Entrance, way we like had to go to get up top. Dead end with a bed. Gate. Did I go through that gate? Could I go through that gate? Yeah, actually, let's just go through the hymnal chamber. Because I know it low-key backtracks, at least, with the, gate design that it had. So, let's give it a look-see. Ain't nothing wrong with progressing plot before finishing exploring. It's not like it's the end game. Alrighty. Obviously, there'd probably be another way of getting in here, if not persuading. Ooh. Yeah, what's up, man? Oh, nope, you're aggressive. They control your hive, yo. Control thy hive. Got a bunch of crystals. Just taking over people. I feel like parasitic aggressive crystals has become a lot more prevalent in media. And I'm happy with that. It's a very unique setup. But I'm all for it. Rusty helm. Rusty helmet, likely to be found on many battlefields. Since the God War, the Skyrealms has seen a sharp rise in dogs of war who sell their swords to the highest bidder. They are often ill-equipped with armor like this. Excuse you. Yeah, I guess that kind of showcases when we're in a menu or whatever. Game is not paused. Oh, this just dropped. Okay. Cool, cool. Excusey. Oh. I'm so curious about this entity right now. Because, like... Okay, yeah, this was the exit. There. I don't know how to get that going. What was the thing we did with the lever right here? It says something changed. Yeah, what exactly did that cause? Because I would have thought it would be opening... Excuse me for a second. Pop, real quick. Would have opened this. Didn't. Because it didn't need it. I was a fool. In my explorative nonsenses. No, ready? Grab all this nonsense. I honestly don't even need this loot. I'm going to mainly be selling a majority of it, probably. I just like it. Makes me feel accomplished by following this breadcrumb of random items. Anyways, yeah, parasitic crystal nonsense. Oh, excusey. It's just a nice thing to see because it's different, it's unique, and I don't know what series I was talking about, the homogenization of media as a whole. I think it was Harvestella, and how bad and arguably horrific that'll be towards art forms as a whole. It's nice seeing people branch out and how they're handling high fantasy, because high fantasy is one of the most overdone and handled tropes. Oh, that's the entrance right there. Good to know. Does this go down to the hymnal chamber or something? Where's this go? Ooh, there's a delusion right there. Pull up. Yeah, yeet. Oh wait, that wasn't a delusion. That was an elixir of luck. Nope. Still mine. But yeah, it's something I'm always willing to praise. Like, even if it's not handled obscenely well, if I see somebody doing something unique or even being inspired by something else and they're like, yeah, but I want to do my own unique twist on it that's fully mine and how I would have handled this, I'm always for that because it's showcasing creativity. And definitely gotta be... Nope, right there? Okay. Nope, apparently not enough. Gotta be another something something. Huh. Pickaxe, okay. And oh, there it is. But yeah, seeing creativity in any art form is always nice because art as a whole and media as a whole has been getting obscenely homogenized as a whole. Okay, you Shiva-looking mofo. Like a mix of Shiva and freaking like a archangel thing. Yeah, no, let's just deal with it now. Whatever. In for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, let's just deal with it. Thought processes and everything can wait till later, and God knows I kind of just circle around the same topics multiple times, so it's whatever. Can I carry... There we go. Put my thinking hat on. Take a look-see. How are my stats looking? Not that great, because I am fatigued. Does this get rid of my fatigue? Yeah, it does. Cool. I need to be using that more often. Okay. I am the sculptor. Lucia, the crystal goddess, told me you'd come. You sculpted this? I was the first to hear it. Through the rock walls. Biggest pocket of pure crystal any of us ever seen. I knew the shape she needed to take. It felt like I was born with it in me. So I started carving in secret. Do I have like a setup for like this quest? Because I don't want to swear loyalty to anything. As well as, I don't want to say, no, we can't, I need to destroy this nonsense. And a man who is tortured by crystals which grow from his flesh in the southwest of the Endless region. You need to end this madness? What the hell are you talking about, breather? Madness? You must be joking. Centuries in this godless land, toiling in the mines, with no way out, eating fake flesh. Like some kind of livestock? That's madness. The bloody crusades, that was madness. As a young girl, I was trained to be a sculptor. Before the crusades, I became a miner to survive. The dreams that died back then never disappeared. I've carried that rotten weight. Every endless knows the experience. That's why she came to us. You'd wither to call it madness if you knew. Honestly, I love how every single mention of this being is red text. It feels like almost a similar way as to how the Way of All Flesh was described, where like they talk by resonating through us. The fact that every single time this being is mentioned, it's red text seems like a in-game way of showing she's more, and the mere mention of her elicits a response in universe. Her name and her being holds power, which is something not even Piggoth had. Like, quite literally, just mentioning this individual changes how this universe works to a slight degree. And horrifying implications aside, that's awesome. And it's a way to showcase that to the player without outright saying it. Forgive me, I want to follow the Crystal Goddess. Lucia looks you in the eyes, gauging your sincerity. Aye, very well. Complete your bond, go before her, and pledge your devotion. Lucia teaches you a series of ritual hand signs needed to complete the pact. Okay, cool. So, yeah. What am I looking at in the spot I shouldn't be looking at? Like, not for nothing, but what am I looking at there? Also, I don't like how the, quest dialogue's still not updated in any way. Yeah, what am I... Is this better than the freaking, like, dragon? I almost feel like the dragon's better. You stand beneath an intricate crystal statue. It exudes an unmistakable psychic weight. Admire the statue, smash the statue, pledge your loyalty to the statue. I'm gonna go. What did my quest update say? You have found the statue of the crystal goddess deep in endless mines. Will you pledge your faith, or will you find a way to destroy it? Oh. This is a choice. Like, it's a choice I figured this was going down, but also... Why is it always hive mind stuff with you guys? Why does it always just devolve into hive mind stuff? Seriously, man. It's a pretty statue, though. But... weird bits aside, it's like, why every single time is it just freaking hive mind stuff? Gosh dang it. Okay, it's annoying because this thing is trying to offer a form of salvation, which the Endless need. They really do. Also, it's at the cost of one's free will and sense of self, which... honestly, like, I'm trying not to look at it from, like, a perspective of how our society is. And that's what's causing the hang-up. Anyone out there who's watching this, you sure as heck have seen enough media where it's like, you just brainwashed them, or nobody wants to be a part of, like, a hive mind thing. And it's like, yeah, kind of, sort of. Like, there's a lot of Endless that don't want to have that going on. Heck, there's one currently outside the mines that is not okay with what's happening. And that's what's actually hanging me up. Like, there are several individuals that don't want to be a part of this. I don't even know if I want to be a part of this. Gosh, is it pretty. Oh, wait, it doesn't have a booty. It's got a flat butt. Dude, you were able to sculpt this in any shape and you gave it a flat butt. It's got a bit of a booty, but it's got, like, what, 3 pairs of legs? You gave it a flat butt? Come on, man. Come on. 3 pairs of legs, 3 pairs of arms, 2 sets of wings. Okay. I'm more amazed you didn't add multiple heads. Then again, that could be adding to the aspect that it is one singular head that's technically controlling all the limbs in various ways, no matter what the limbs may be. Cryptworm with the wings or people and the like. Gosh. Like, I was saying, like, I'm fine with the salvation it's offering, but the fact that it's forcing it on others is not what I'm okay with. Like, I'm not against a majority of these divinity-type individuals. I'm not against a majority of these types of creatures. I really ain't. Heck, I think some Daedra worship in Elder Scrolls universe is arguably better than Aedra worship in a lot of ways. It depends on which Daedra. I would look at Mehrunes Dagon and not even consider that dude evil. Because Mehrunes Dagon is quite literally just a spirit of revolution and destruction. Destroy things, make new things. It's something necessary for all worlds to grow. But I don't know. I'm an individual that tends to think free will is very important. And although I added a bunch of souls to the hive mind that is a crypt worm, they were also quite literally souls that were probably going well beyond mad while being forced right next to each other. They're basically already a hive mind since they're in the urns. And I added them to a larger one while giving them a physical representation of movement. And then we add the aspect of there's a possibility when that crypt worm's killed, they may all die. I know the souls in it were laughing at me like, how would you kill it? It's like, no. If the apostatic union can take down gods, crypt worms can probably go down. Not for nothing. Like, it's just, I personally can't. Doesn't mean they can't. So, looking at this thing, it's... One, it's being forced, but also... How much of this salvation it's offering is its technical will? Or the fact that it's being... changed by the mentalities of those that are added to it. Because this thing is quite literally an amalgamation and ultimately the sum of all the individuals that's fusing into it. Yeah, right now it's pretty chill and happy. Cool, let's go with that. It's pretty chill and happy. We've had endless miners that honestly wanted out of their life and like circumstance for the past few centuries. Of course, a form of salvation might be nice. It has a bunch of bodies from the turning of all the endless that were eaten, as well as some of the first endless that maybe even just went into a grave and was like, no, I can't deal with this. So it's got a lot of like that going on, which adds a bunch of fear and hopelessness and understanding the situation. Cool. But now let's say this thing eventually grows up into the endless that are topside. And it grows into the castle with the Crusader Endless. How's that going to affect us? Heck, the crystal dudes are already aggressive. Like, I have not attacked any crystal dude unless I was basically cornered by one of them. And they're just aggressive. What happens when this thing starts taking over, like, all the endless that want to go out and kill people and eat people? How is that going to affect the giant hive mind that this thing is? It's already trying to expand beyond the minds. That's just going to fuel that ideology. When does this thing's expansion stop? And why would it feel the need to stop? If it's able to grow like this, by just parasiting onto living species and adding their consciousness to a hive mind. I don't know if this thing works by attaching to living organisms. I don't think we've come across one, sadly. But that's just the endless realm as a whole. But it does parasitize to undead, or dead things in general. As far as we're aware, skeletons are just actually dead corpses that are being moved by cipher magic. So there's a solid chance all the skeletons that are crystallized and moving around here are being moved by this thing's cipher magic. So, yeah, sure, let's say it can't affect the living. I don't know if when I swear loyalty to it or whatever, it would take over me in a small way. Who knows? Who cares? But let's say it can't actually take over and affect me. Cool. The issue is what happens when I die then? Is it going to take all my memories and arguably the closest thing we could call to a soul consciousness being and like parasitize that instantly? And if it keeps growing, just doing that to all living things where the second they die, they're just added to a hive mind? And suddenly we just have, and the afterlife is giant crystal statue hive mind. And that's how it always has been. Is that just how it's going to be? Considering how aggressive these crystals are they going to just kind of low-key wipe out life as we know it in order to keep growing? Until, like, there's not really much life anywhere else? Like, where is the endpoint of this growth structure? Considering I can't talk to it and I don't consider it as naive as the Way of All Flesh, I don't think I'm going to have as much of an issue destroying this, which is freaking annoying because, like, I didn't want to kill the Way of All Flesh. I really didn't. I just knew it was probably for the best. This thing I find fascinating too. I'm not against it because it's like a weird divinity thing. I'm against it because what's the end goal of this thing? And where's it going ultimately? Heck, one of the dudes we talked to even mentioned a deep-seated rage it had. Like, this thing's obviously has goals beyond just hive-minding nonsense. Let's admire the statue. Remarkably crafted, the positioning of each arm and leg clearly carries deep meaning to the artist. The identical lower face peers out from between her legs as if being born. The word self-begotten floats through your mind. The longer you look, the more admiration you feel, not just for the artist and her achievement, but for the crystal goddess herself and the depths that she carries. Oh. That's the thing, man. That's a head down there. Oh yeah, I guess it is. Huh. Self-begotten, so... born of self. The point of taking over all other souls? Let me, can I jump on you? Yeah, you got physics. Should have been doing this the entire time while I was discussing things. See here. Yeah, yeet. There we go. What a boop. Take a look, Lou. Yeah. 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 To be honest, I think it kind of needs to die, which is annoying. Like, I'm not even trying to do, like, a lawful good route or anything. Just not beyond a bit of, like, corruption here and there if it helps things grow. It's... I just don't think this thing's good in general for the setting as a whole. It's possibly highly destructive in nature. Paired with the fact, like, it's constantly using psychic magic and... what is it? Charm magic as a whole, in order to force things to want to become hive-minded with it, which I find just kind of gross. But yeah, we're gonna smash it. Your weapons and magic would hardly scratch the statue's solid crystal. Wonder if there may be a way besides brute force, and if you should explore the mines more. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because, I know I could explore the, what is it? Dialogue option of swearing loyalty, but this is a universe where contracts with divinities kind of lock you and everyone around you into that contract, as we saw with the Duke of Hallowshire. So I'm not going to be swearing loyalty or fealty to anything anytime soon, unless I fully know what the heck I'm swearing to and why. Yeah. Like, not for nothing, just, yeah. Oh, well. Let's make our way back to the hymnal chamber. But that being said, it's gonna have to wait till next episode, because it's been an episode. Alrighty, guys. I'll talk to y'all later in another episode of Dread Delusion, or whatever series you may be watching, or whatever. But until then, ciao.